Oh, this is so cool. I love it. Okay, go to processing. What's through here then? Make your selection. You are now in possession of information regarding the true nature and purpose of Project Zero Dawn, classified far above top secret. As such, we regret that you cannot be allowed to leave this facility. Yeah, that's what I was saying before about how people wouldn't be able to leave. There are 3 options available to you at this point. Please consider each carefully. Trained counselors are standing by to assist you in making your choice. Participation. You'll be assigned to a sub-project team based on your area of expertise. You should be aware that the way forward will be difficult and the project's outcome is uncertain. You'll be expected to work a minimum of 80 hours per week. Not gonna lie, 80 hours per week is like... I'm surprised that they're saying a minimum of 80. I'm surprised it's not a minimum of like 150. Like, you know, you saw that timer. They have what, like 400 days or something, that timer said? Until they're fucked. And they've got to do such a massive project in that time. I feel like 80 hours a week, you know, at that point, fuck your, like, obviously, in current times, like, working 80 hours a week is shit, and no one should have to work 80 hours a week. But when the end of the world is here in, like, 400 days, or however long it was, I think it was less than that, actually. It seemed the presentation we just saw had 400 days on the thing, but I think that was, like, at an earlier point in time, and now there is much less time, I think. I don't know. But anyway, you know, fuck your health. You're gonna be dead soon anyway. You've got to save the human race. Like, I don't know. I'd feel like they'd be saying more than 80 hours, but whatever. And your communications with family members will be strictly limited and monitored in real time. Upon successful completion of the project, you and your immediate family, or 2 persons of your choosing, will be transferred to the Elysium Sealed Habitat to live out the remainder of your natural lives. What? What? The Elysium Sealed Habitat. Indefinite detention. Should you choose to decline participation in Project Zero Dawn, you will be confined indefinitely. You will be given 48 hours to reconsider, after which your decision to refuse participation will be considered irrevocable. Every reasonable effort will be made to make your term of confinement as comfortable as possible, but you will not be permitted contact with the outside world, and death within 18 months due to the Pharaoh Plague is inevitable. Okay, it is 18 months, so that is about 400 days, right? 365 in a year, 450 odd days. Sure. And death within 18 months is inevitable. When the Zero Dawn facility is abandoned, detainees who wish not to opt for medical euthanasia will be released and then murdered by the robots. I wonder, is that what happened at the very start of the game? When we were a kid, and we saw all those bodies? Was that them doing medical euthanasia? And then that one guy blew his brains out? Medical euthanasia. Oh my god, that's just like, hey, here's your third option. Die now. The information you've just received understandably calls into question the purpose of continuing to live. If you would prefer to end your life at this point, pain-free medical euthanasia is available. A 48-hour waiting period is required, during which time you may instead opt for participation or confinement. Please notify a counselor when you're ready to make your choice, or if you have further questions. Hey, do you want to... Like, it's really sad to think that there probably would be people that wouldn't want to help. Like, fair enough if if, you know, it blows your mind and you go a bit psycho from it and, you know, you're not actually able to help. But anyone that doesn't, like, get completely mind-fucked by it, if they don't choose to participate, like, fucking hell, man. It's like, yeah, I could help save the future of the human race, but actually I'd rather just kill myself. Okay, which way? Counselor Guidelines 2. For debriefing after Presentation 2, it is vitally important that candidates choose to participate in Zero Dawn voluntarily and knowingly, without additional coercion and without value judgment on the part of the counsellor. Confirm for candidates that they were selected due to their skill sets and accomplishments. Right, so the Apollo thing is the reason why you've got, like, the art historian and the monk and everything. That's the Apollo stuff. Emphasize that their dedicated participation in Zero Dawn will increase the project's chances of success. frame participation in Zero Dawn as an opportunity to respond actively in the face of an overwhelming threat. Candidates may question the fairness of their selection, validate such objections as normal, even admirable responses, emphasize the value of candidates' expertise to the future, not just of humanity, but terrestrial life as a whole. Likewise, candidates may balk, I forget how you pronounce that, balk, at the morality of extending their lifespans and those of loved ones beyond 0 day. Validate their hesitation, acknowledge that while the reward of Elysium is not fair, it will be earned. If possible, redirect their ethical misgivings towards greater commitment to the project. Okay, so that is, I wasn't sure if they were saying like this is somewhere that will be still overrun by the machines, so when they were saying for the rest of their natural lives, they're like, your natural life will soon be over, but no, they're not. It's saying this will extend their life beyond 0 day. As in, they'll be growing old and dying from natural causes in Elysium. So Elysium must be deep underground or something. Some kind of pod that they're going to fill up with food or make self-sustainable or something. Because food wouldn't last 80 years or whatever, however long natural lives are. But then why, if they made it self-sustainable, there could potentially still be people there now. Like, the original candidates having kids. Well, I guess it would start to get a bit inbreedy. Yeah. You'd be fucked after a couple of generations, I guess. Because you could have, you know, someone works on the project and takes their kid in. So that's them. The next generation is their kid, and then the kid gets with someone else's kid when they're grown up, and then they have kids. But then you've got a very limited, like, you're limiting the pool every time, right? Like Elysium's pool of people who aren't related to you would get smaller and smaller and smaller. So I guess there's probably not still anyone alive down there. When candidates challenge the plausibility of Project Zero Dawn, permit them to review Dr. Sobek's presentation as many times as they wish and allow access to supplemental articles GO1 through P20. Allow them to suspend the interview to fully process this documentation. A significant minority of candidates will elect for medical euthanasia. It's important to receive this decision kindly and without judgment. I'm fucking judging them. Hey, do you want to help save the human race? Nah, mate. Kill me. Advise them of the 48-hour waiting period, during which counsellors will be available to discuss their decision. Emphasize that euthanasia will not occur without repeated consent when the procedure is scheduled to take place. No one will be euthanized against her or his will. Candidates who elect indefinite detention must be informed that they have 48 hours to reverse their decision, after which the decision will be irrevocable. Man, hologram data points, I've just realized. We're only halfway through them. I feel like there's been so much, and yet there is still all of these left to go. That's crazy. And text data points. We missed one. What the fuck? That's really annoying. Because these are like main mission ones. I'm probably not able to get this now, right? It's probably in some mission that is locked off somewhere. I wonder what it was. Hopefully it was nothing too important. God, this is so good. This is so fucking good. Oh, my life. Interview 2 for Brad Andak.
Of course I'll do it. To be given the opportunity.
Oh, this is the dude that... yeah, this is that guy.
I don't
Pharaoh
feel
guy.
worthy of it, but I will do it, absolutely.
I want to stress that this was never about your culpability.
It is to me. Dr. Sobek, Margot, they were smart to get out of Pharaoh when they did, but not one of us took it as a warning sign. It just told ourselves that we're cut out for the BTRI cabals. That's the better than rapid innovation. Better at competing, better than the next guy, a better killing machine. It's just amazing how a century and a half of science fiction did nothing to swerve our species from the path of doom. I mean, I'm done with that life. I mean, I will work hard, twice as hard to earn this, for my family to have a place in Elysium. I never thought that there could be atonement.
Well in for that guy. I'm just thinking, though, they only took the people involved. They did not take the families. But, like, the families could be out there signing up for Enduring Victory and dying. And they're trying to work on this to get themselves a play. Well, like, Elysium is a reward at the end. It's not necessarily the motivation for doing so at all. But, like, if you want your family to be saved, surely they should be going and grabbing the family as well, so that they don't die in the next 18 months before they've completed the project. Like, you know what I mean? Okay, so progression is that way. So what's down here? Is it just a dead end with a couple more logs? Interview 2, Suzanne Alpert.
If you're still nauseous.
No, the inhibitors have kicked in. I can't feel the back of my tongue. I wish I could tell you I'd believe in this. But the damage is too great, too extensive, too complete. With all respect to Dr. Sobek's work at Miriam, no. No, life doesn't always find a way to keep going. Sometimes it never comes back.
But it's worth
Like
a fucking try.
Like the Congo. Like Timo. Like us. That's our reward? A buried city full of terminal patients waiting out the clock?
You'd grow old together with your loved ones in safety.
I don't have loved ones. I suppose I could start a family?
I'm afraid not. All inhabitants of Elysium will be medically sterilized.
Ah.
A habitat capable of sustaining a starting base of 2,000 individuals for up to 100 years is a huge challenge, Dr. Alpert. If the population grows instead of diminishes, everyone will be dead inside 30 years.
I knew it. I just couldn't bring myself to say the words.
I'm sorry.
Finish it. Medical euthanasia.
Fuck
I
you.
want no part of
She's
this.
literally
I
got a
just
PhD in
want it
environmental
over.
reclamation.
I see. Protocols require a 48-hour waiting period, after which...
Literally got a PhD in environmental reclamation. Possibly one of the best people that could help with making this Gaia thing. And, you know, saving the fucking future of humanity. Fucking piece of shit. Ron Felder.
See to make sure I behave this time?
Was this the guy that thought it was a colony ship?
For your protection. Would you like to discuss how you're feeling?
Sure. I'll tell you. Surprised. No, flabbergasted. Like my own man would say, flabbergasted. That vein pumping in his forehead. I thought you people were just completely underprepared for a spaceflight project. But now I can see it's worse. Much worse. Sobek is a total fantasist, a dangerous fantasist.
Oh, he's gonna choose to be locked up. He's gonna choose to be locked up, and the 3 logs over here will be one of each.
We wasted each other's time. I'm ready to leave now.
Yeah, you can't leave,
That's
bro.
not possible.
Everything you're talking about here isn't possible.
I recommend you read the documents regarding your options.
I've seen enough. I'm getting out of here. What did you know? Get your hands off me!
Yeah. So he's going to be ending up in the confinement option. It's
Alert.
just...
Medical wing inaccessible.
pink. What the fuck is pink? Pink's not a... Stranded shackles. What? Where do they go? Special items? Oh, I was looking for something that looked like handcuffs. But it has a picture of like a helmet. This mysterious item is valuable only to the most curious merchants. Shackles made from unknown smooth material. Special. I guess I just forgot that there was a pink tier of shit for special items. Because apparently I have quite a few of them. No idea who would want them. there anything I can do in here, or is this just a dead end, I guess? I guess so. I'm actually fucked off at this this environmental person. Actually fucked off with her. Like, she's like, oh, it'll never work. Like, maybe try though. Yeah? Like, if you're right, the worst thing that's happened is that you tried to save humanity and died in the effort after 18 months and you failed. Like, the worst case scenario is that you die anyway. And the best case scenario is you save humanity. Like, why would you not go for it? Even if you don't think it's gonna work, surely you try.
Intruder! Get her!
I've been seen.
Whatever you do, don't die now.
imagine how mad he'd be. Can you imagine how fucking mad Silence would be if we died there? Pretty mad. Pretty aggy. Log Tom Page.
I hashed it out with them, what the point of Artemis was. I made it clear I wasn't on board for a global zoo. We haven't exactly proved ourselves to be great custodians in the past few thousand years. So the idea of a reconstituted biosphere, well, it's horrifying, isn't it? A complete horror show. We have no right to take a best guess at this stuff. But the alternative? Nothingness. For there to have been all this and then nothing. And with Charles Ronson running the show, I respect him. He's got a passion to him. He's hot-blooded. So I said I'll do it. I'll put my all into this, literally. When the project is done, I'll take the medical option, thank you. Counselor said I might change my mind. I told him that he didn't know me very well then. For life's sake, I'll do the dirty work. But I want no part of this pathetic, attenuated future on offer. I'm an outdoors man. Never did like the feel of solid-state lighting on my skin. And a wee bit of a claustrophobe, anyway.
Fair enough. That I can understand. The not wanting to take the Elysium bit, totally understandable. The not wanting to even attempt to save humanity, not understandable. Not at all. Anything down this way? Nope. Christina Souvet. This is the artist person. Art history.
It is art, in a way. An expression on the grandest scale. But there is so much unfairness. Why was I chosen? Was it decided by committee? By algorithm? My family will be saved because I happen to graduate in art history? Is this right?
Dr. Souvet? Christina Souvet?
Yes. I met a man, another historian. His fields are Bauhaus and the New Materialists. But he once attended one of my talks. Another unfair chance. Of all the many people in that auditorium, that we should both be here now. And yet, I feel more accepting of my fate. No, it is not fair. Not at all. But for the sake of my family, for the sake of art. Art is alive. It must be able to speak from beyond history and echo in the future, not perish into oblivion. This opportunity, I must do this.
Good. She seems like the most normal one out of everyone. Travis Tate, this was the fucking dickhead, right?
Now, those lame FBI black hats at Mockingbird back in the day, I enjoyed schooling them. But maybe I went in too hard on this poor counselor. She was cute, and just going down a checklist after all. Couldn't expect her to see how ridiculous Zero D's ambitions are. God's own budget thrown at a kid playing with a hologram sculptor? Palms up, honey. I'm just calling it like it is. Hey, look, Mom, I'm making nature. Now, if nature is so important, why not let nature take its course?
A bunch of man-made robots
natural.
killing everything is not
Zero Dawn,
nature taking
oh,
its
man,
course.
That ain't. Heck, it's so unnatural to be called an abomination back home, and you know it. That's why you're hiding it. Meanwhile, my little honey of a counselor, she's munching the inside of her cheek. Bad habit. She chewed one of her nails, too, just one. Not your day, was it, little sweet pea? Saw her quota slipping away. Said, I assume you intend to decline the assignment, Mr. Tate. You kidding me? 18 months hard labor in exchange for 30 years lounging around Elysium watching porn? Sign me up.
Okay.
I'd have
Not
to
gonna lie, I
leave
was
something
really
else
rooting
behind.
for the euthanasia option there.
Power's down.
Is there another route?
I've done this before. Just need my focus.
Wait, so we're trying to get through this door and the power's down, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, this door's locked.
Here we go. Another one of these.
Alright.
Find the right configuration.
I imagine the right configuration will be told to us by this data point. Anything around here? No.
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out. Hey.
Okay.
I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay?
I didn't mean to play that
Somehow,
again. Oh,
he
here.
managed to install an H-emitter
Maybe
node
there's a storage
backwards.
area nearby.
Everything's in
Up,
reverse.
left, down,
I don't get paid to
right,
clean up Brett's messes.
up.
If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
So, it's actually down, right, up, left, down. Down, right, up, left, down. Oh, wait, no, it's this one first. Is this a different one? Oh, okay. I see. We're going to do these, and then we're going to do those, I guess. Wait, no, but that's missing one. So I guess we can't do those. So, right, down, right, up, left. Right. God damn it. Right, down, right, up, left. Is that not it? Right. I can't do anything with these ones, can I? No. Oh, it's only this one. Like, you can actually see that the... Oh, wait, I can't be. The word Pharaoh at the bottom is upside down. Like, it's not that the arrows are pointing the wrong way. It's that the entire hologram has been swiveled. And so this one is pointing the wrong way. But this one is not. This one is pointing the right way. It's only the other side that's fucked. On the plus side, very easy to fix. Just press square twice on everything.
Done. I should check the door nearby.
So I guess we'll find a thing to put in here in the door over there. ladder. Anything else? Am I overthinking it? I mean, we must have to use those somehow, otherwise it wouldn't have gone to the trouble of telling us that they're in reverse.
Found one.
Ah, like right here, in fact. Okay.
That should do the trick.
Alright, so these ones are in reverse. So. Oh, but it's also, not only is it in reverse, it's also from top to bottom reversed. So I have to do it I have to read it from bottom to top and also flip it. So it's down, left, up, right, down. Down, left, up, right, down.
That did it. Door should have power.
Now to see what lies beyond it.
Indeed. I'm sure it's like a really cuddly toy. I bet it's something really nice. Oh god, I've just thought, what if Elysium is a lie as well? Like, they're happy lying to the public about Operation Enduring Victory. What if Elysium is just a carrot on a stick to make people more likely to choose to help because they think they're going to get to live forever out of it? Not live forever, what am I on about? You know, live their normal lives out of it. So that some people, like that dickhead dude, who wouldn't have chosen to help out of the kindness of his heart because he's a shit dude, but would choose to help if it meant he got to live longer. Maybe Elysium doesn't actually exist. And they just fucking, yeah, they just made it up so that those kinds of people would be incentivized to help. Even though there is nothing at the end. That would be fucking hilarious.
Eclipse.
And I wouldn't put it past them,
Avoid
like,
contact.
to lie about that.
Lines look good.
Gaia. It's up there. Second floor.
Can you reach it?
So much for avoiding contact.
Why did he say avoid contact? Like, do you know who I am? Wait. It's fire shit that would explode those. What am I doing?
You cannot hide from our wrath.
Can't I? Feel like I just did a pretty good job. What? It's very hard to see the guy up here. I don't know how he's... I don't know what he's hiding behind.
The shadow will reach you.
There we go.
That's the last of it.
Alert. Structural failure. Repeat.
Or not.
Oh shit, hello.
Try to run.
Plonk.
Room's clear. For a moment, anyway.
Then get moving. You have to find Gaia.
I wish Silence would give his take on this a bit more. Like, this is some major shit we're learning here, and it's what he's been trying to find out his entire life. And he's honestly being pretty fucking quiet. Like, if I was Silence, and I'd finally learned these things that I've been searching for my entire life, I'd be going like, you know, we'd learn a new revelation, and I'd be on the mic going, holy fuck, Aloy! That's fucking nuts! What the shit? And instead he's just like, sat there listening, not reacting. This is prime react content, Silence. What are you doing? What are you doing, man? Do you not know what YouTube is?
No space.
Whoops.
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name
This
might
is
tip you
Hephaestus?
off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. So like, you probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. Waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots, and not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So, Hephaestus isn't really the forge. It's more like the knowledge of craft and ingenuity of a mastersmith to wield the hammer. Encoded as software. Virtual creativity made real. Gaia's already learning. In simulation, she's doing some very creative things with fractal assembly and animal morphologies. Her designs aren't about to win the Liam Prize anytime soon, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. So, yes, time to get started. Let's do this.
I don't get it. Hephaestus was part of a system designed to save life. Why would it use cyan to make a cauldron? And churn out machines with no other purpose?
Because it's gone bad, obviously.
Somehow it's gone rogue. I don't understand why or how. But whatever the reason, it explains why machines have become more dangerous over the years.
Holy shit, man. I'm so fucking glad that I did Frozen Wilds before this. There were a lot of people that were saying the point I did it was the correct time. Apparently it's the time the devs have said is the best time, even though there's not like a super canon time, because they do change it so that you can do it at any point, and it won't spoil you, but like they've said that that is the time that they think is best to do it. But there were still a fair few people going, no, I can't believe you're doing it now, this is wrong, this is terrible. And it's like, man, this is made so much better by the fact that I have done that. Like, having that knowledge, like, that everything she's talking about there goes to shit later on. Like, I'd just be nodding along to that if I hadn't done the Frozen Wilds. Like, yeah, cool, yeah, sounds good. But, like, there's so much more awesome context that I have, knowing what I know from the Frozen Wilds, that makes that such a more interesting presentation to listen to. Like, yeah, I'm super glad that I did that. Simulation results from Margot Shen to Elizabeth. Wow, you weren't kidding about Gaia's predilection for animal morphologies. Sure, not totally unexpected given the rough natural terrain her bots will have to navigate, but I agree that there's something deeper going on here. Her designs aren't just functional, they feel almost like, well, tributes is the word that comes to mind. As though she's already mourning their loss. And not just for the disappearing fauna of our time, but creatures from the fossil record too. References to megafauna in some of her designs. So cool. Yeah, like dinosaurs. Well, whatever Gaia thinks up, Hephaestus will empower her to build it. I just wish we could still be around in a century or two to see what she makes. Yeah. And to see Hephaestus go off the rails, make some fucking angry bear boys, and then escape. Oh, man. So, I guess the question is... man, I really wish I'd noticed Hades' name on that list that she had of all the different, like, things they were doing. I really wish I'd noticed if they had it or whether Hades is something else. Because if I'd seen it, then I would know that it is just a subroutine thing of Gaia, like Hephaestus was made to be, like Apollo is made to be, like just these like, you know, things to empower Gaia. But the fact that I didn't see it means that it could be something else, but I'm not sure because I don't know if I just missed it or... Like, for all I know, like, Hades could be Gaia corrupted or something. I don't know, like... But if it was on that list, it wouldn't be. It would be a separate thing. But I don't know. From Elizabeth to Margot. Margot, if I doubted your brilliance in the slightest, I wouldn't have picked you as the Hephaestus Alpha. You need to stop worrying about your age and communication style. You are who you are. Have confidence in yourself. You know what you're doing. Case in point, the latest draft of your plan for the construction and stocking of bootstrapped silos to store raw materials is excellent. This, combined with your design for the AM Foundry core and the Foundry site selection plan, add up to a comprehensive plan. It's time to start construction. One detail, consult with Aomide Okilo before you finalize the silo inventories. Hephaestus' first task will be to fabricate the robots that will construct the waveform broadcast towers Minerva will use to transmit the deactivation codes. So any exotic materials needed for the towers should be accounted for in the inventory plan. Elizabeth. Oh man, this is just so good. This is just so very good. This is the thing I just saw, right? I'm gonna click it just to make sure it's not something different, but...
I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus.
Yeah.
As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. So like, you probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics.
Yeah, we've heard that. Obviously, don't need to hear it a second time. Anything back here? No. Okay, what's next? This is amazing. Are we going to be going in this room, or is the only chance to get this through the window? Because, like, I want to grab things in order, if possible.
I've seen these shapes before.
Whoops.
In cauldrons.
But of course, the birthing places of Gaia's machines.
Yeah. Whatever, I'll just grab it now. Oh, wait. This is fucking focus-proof glass? What? Huh. That's interesting. We've never not been able to scan something through a wall before. Like, usually, even if you can't even if it's not a window, even if you just, like, you can just scan it through anything. But not these windows.
I think this is it. Elizabeth Sobek's office.
Oh, shit.
It's sealed off. There's got to be a way inside.
Keep looking.
More eclipse.
Careful now.
I always am. Elizabeth Sobek's office, huh? There's going to be some juicy stuff in there. I don't think I'm supposed to, like, shoot these guys through the slits here, am I? I feel like my arrow would just get caught and then they'd get alerted. Guess I'm going to be dropping down behind them. There's more data stuff around here.
Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations. I am Samina Ebaju. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic. Third, the transferal and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come.
Interesting.
And last, but not least, the development of the holographic interface and gamified curricula, by which future humans will commune with Apollo, progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules, leveling up their knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system. That is the future towards which
we can take control of the terraforming.
Not just the preservation of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin.
That is smart, honestly, because without gamifying it in some way, like with unlocks and shit, like, people could just stumble onto some crazy fucking stuff immediately, but really it needs to be slowly explained to them, like, you know, like you would a child explaining complex topics. You've got to introduce it in easy ways to grasp first and then expand from there, you know, like encapsulated DNA from Samina Ebaji to Elizabeth, and the winner is Encapsulated DNA. Over the past 10 days, I performed an exhaustive review of data storage solutions, magnetic, optical, quantum, even that eternity tech that FAS was shilling a year or so ago. But every other solution has one or more fatal shortcomings. Too heavy to transport, too massive to install in the allotted space, too power intensive over the centuries, too prone to failure past 300 to 400 years, etc. Encapsulated DNA will easily hold the 40 plus zettabytes we're projecting for Apollo. There are still many details to finalize, of course. To start with, we'll need to select the inert material in which we'll embed the molecules, already testing 16 candidate materials, as well as design and fabricate the power systems and sealed reliquaries that will keep the DNA at minus 18 degrees C for 1,000 years. So long as I assure you that it didn't factor into my decision, may I confess that I deem it entirely fitting, indeed propitious, that we'll be using the very building blocks of life to preserve human knowledge from mechanized extinction. It's not just ironic, but heroic. Life as the hero, beating back the forces of oblivion. In any case, much to do. Until next time, peace be with you, Samina. Apollo Update. Over the past 2 months, the full benefit of our procurement of a copy of the Homer archive from Far Zenith has made itself known, and as a result, all of Apollo's key deliverables are on schedule. Apollo has already surpassed 40 million discrete data entries and continues to grow. The physical science modules are effectively complete, with soft science modules close behind. World history, cultural data, and media archives are also on schedule. Language preservation is wrapping up a bit ahead of schedule due to falling short of our goal to preserve 4,500 languages. I suppose the tragic early loss of Papua New Guinea doomed that goal from the outset. With attendant curricular development about to begin. Speaking of the heuristic curricula, they are performing well in testing, with children and adolescents demonstrating high levels of engagement with and trust in the Aristotle and Aspasia personae. Personally, I find them highly engaging, especially when they debate. I wish half my professors had been so entertaining. Peace be with you, Samina. So this Aristotle and Aspasia are the two, like, teachers that will be teaching everything to the future people. Okay. Sup, bitch.
Shoot it! Now fight!
the last of them. Once more.
In what should have been a cave of wonders. Look around. See if anything is left.
I would argue it still is a Cave of Wonders. Look at all this stuff, man. Crazy. Just taking it all in. This is like fucking cool. Jerez testimonial. Stacks closed, unable to archive.
Dr. Sobek, please archive this testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation Enduring Victory. My name is General Aaron Harris. From 2060 to 2066, I served as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the highest-ranked officer of the United States Armed Forces. The tenure of my command included strategic planning and oversight of Operation Enduring Victory, a falsehood perpetrated on the civilian populations of the United States and other nations during the last 14 months of life on this planet. Before the Pharaoh Plague, I did my job and did it well. I was bold and decisive, crafty in political maneuvers. It wasn't an accident that I rose to my position and became the commander of the largest mechanized force ever assembled. But to what end? My only lasting achievement was the extinction of life on Earth. And my one redeeming act, if any, was to delay that extinction by days or weeks, by throwing more death at it. It is my hope that there will be no need for men like me in the world to come. If you are one of the people of that future world listening to this message, please know that I am sorry, and that I wish you well. Sincerely, Aaron Harris.
Damn. Damn, dude. Right. How are we getting over there, then? With a big old yeet?